So welcome back to another episode of the things we want to see in FIFA 21. Today we are taking more of your suggestions and we're going to be talking about a few different topics like FIFA 21 career mode, gameplay features, face updates and much more. You guys know how it works by now. We do this show once a week and we'll see if any of this eventually ends up in FIFA 21. Now if you want to know all the latest FIFA 21 news when it comes around this year, make sure you subscribe today. This is the best spot to get it. We've got a few of you guys watching the videos but not subscribed, so please make sure you change. I think in FIFA 21, EA needs to give Neymar another haircut. Now we all know that Neymar changes his hairstyle every 2 weeks, which means it's hard for EA to keep up with his haircuts. And, if they had to do a face update every time Neymar changed his hair, we'd get a new face for him every 2 weeks. So at the moment in FIFA 20, Neymar has some longer hair, but in real life at the moment, he's got that shorter haircut. And sometimes it's even shorter than what you're seeing there. This was taken from a recent Instagram picture. But Pez has recently updated his face to feature the shorter haircut as well. And as you can see, that is a more updated face in Pez 2020 than what FIFA 20 is offering at the moment. Now, could we see a Neymar face update come FIFA 21 if he's still rocking that hairstyle? It is possible because, EA is partners with PSG, so they do scan the players, and I don't know if they're scanning anymore due to the recent issues, I don't think they're going anywhere, but it would be nice if they could cut the hair. It's probably unlikely, but you never know. Maybe it could come in a future FIFA 21 patch if he's still got that shorter hairstyle, but it's just surprising. Well, it's not really surprising anymore because everyone knows that Pez does a good job with the face updates, and players like Neymar in Pez always get many face updates during one game year, and in FIFA they just keep the same face for the whole year, and that's about it. So EA should definitely copy Pez in terms of the face updates and get more out during the cycle. I don't know how they do it, but I think they just outsource a lot of the faces, but EA likes to do everything in-house, but it leads to very outdated faces very quickly. But Pez does a great job in keeping the faces fresh and updated. So when it comes to FIFA career mode, we're rocking the same template since like FIFA 14. And in terms of the news inside of career mode, not much has changed besides the addition of those little GIFs that appear on the right when you're loading up the menus and stuff. It's really basically the same thing. It doesn't incorporate any social media. We live in an age where social media is huge and Twitter is so big in terms of like the football world. But in career mode, we don't see any integration with Twitter or any other social media pages inside the news section. Now, if you go back and take a look at the journey, which has now been removed from the FIFA game, it's pretty concerning to see that this had a better layout, social media as well, and current career modes that are still in the game each year don't even have these kinds of features. So I reckon player career mode should have this kind of like layout as well. This is a nice little layout where you have your objectives there, attributes, strike partner, customization as well. Obviously it's more of a story mode, this thing, but let's take a look at the social media side of things. You can actually see hashtags at the top, and you can see the tweets related to that hashtag. You can press the R stick to see 3 or 4 different ones. Andy Cole here says Kim Hunter must be pinching herself. So this is just basically opinions on hashtags. And then you've got EA Insider doing a tweet there. So many great passes from the Williams in today's match. Carly St. Helen again says something about wearing it out when it counts the most or something. And then you got Manish, who says, sound victory for Man United. Looks like the Williams is a major difference maker. So you could see, even in manager mode, you could say, nice win for United. You can see Rashford is a major difference maker or something like that. This is more tailored to a player career mode as well because it was designed for the journey. Manager career mode, they'll need to create different tweets and stuff. But then you've got this nice one here related to a game, United vs Bayern Munich. Robbie Savage commented there, Mark Ogden, Amanda Park. It sort of looks like the same sort of few people, so they'll need to create more accounts. Yeah, it's pretty interesting as it is. Football News says early sub in the second half by Man United today, Danny Williams. Yeah, so it's more tailored towards player career mode or the journey, but they can think of something, man. They get paid enough. So like I said, we've seen glimpses of social media inside of some sort of career mode anyway with the journey, but how can EA do it in manager mode? Well, of course, it's pretty easy. You just have people like pundits and stuff give their opinions, and we've got some sort of example here through Madden, and there's a lot of stuff in Madden's career mode that we want in FIFA career mode, but of course it's two different departments working on both games, so you're not going to see much overlap in features. But if we take a look at the league news here in franchise mode in Madden, I saw this where, the top story there was like me becoming the owner of the New England Patriots, and underneath that you could see different like tweets from Peter, Matt, Mark, and they're giving the opinions, and they're actually using my name as well, and it's giving like opinions that you would see on Twitter with people saying good move and bad move and stuff, asking questions as well. So you can see with the Peter one there, it says the right move by Karma. It will be interesting to see how business translates, and this is pre-season. And then there's Matt there that says, how will the financial success translate with the players and fans? And then Mark says, hard to follow one of the most successful owners in NFL history. Good luck to Vapex Karma. Peter says, there's only one thing that Patriots fans worry about, rings. I hope Karma realizes that. So this is so cool to actually see your name getting mentioned in Twitter and stuff, because, you know, it's relevant to the actual situation in career mode at the moment, where I just took over the club and it's the first week of preseason. And if you can imagine this in manager career mode, basically you would start at a new club, you check your social media tab in career mode, and it would say stuff from like Gary Neville and stuff, maybe bad choice picking this manager, or good choice picking this manager. How will he go in preseason? Is he going to make any signings? You know, those kinds of tweets. And then obviously if you're in a bad run of form, you've lost a couple games, you'll see pundits tweeting out, you know, he sucks, he doesn't know what he's doing, the club's not performing, the team's not performing well. And then if you're doing well, you'll see tweets that relate to that situation. So it's pretty easy to do. I mean, they had it in the journey, sort of. Just put it into career mode. They need to overhaul this mode so much. It's unbelievable. Now, my only criticism here is that it looks like it's the same 3 or 4 guys that keep giving their opinions. So maybe I could be wrong. There could be more people out there giving the opinions on this Madden mode. But so far, I've only seen the same 3, 4 guys. But you can see what I'm trying to say. You've got your article, and then underneath your article, you have relevant tweets that you can actually read of people giving their opinions on the story, which is what happens in real life, which is exactly what I would like to see in FIFA. I mean, it's sort of in the journey already, just sort of incorporated into career mode. It baffles me how the journey had better features than current FIFA 20 career mode. So next up, we have a suggestion from the Blue Nose Warrior. He would like to see a new cutscene. He tells me that in FIFA 21, he would like to see a cutscene before the game of the fans going into the stadium. So this would obviously be a part of the match day introduction, where sometimes in the real world you also see, you know, them filming outside of the grounds as players, or not players, as fans are walking in with their jerseys on, you know, with the scarves sometimes, and they're going into the stadium. We don't really get that in FIFA. It just basically starts with everyone in the stadium before the match starts, and you have the logos of the team and the lineups and all that kind of stuff. So an extra cutscene of the fans walking into the stadium could make it feel a little bit more immersive, a little bit more relatable as well. But it might be one of those things that sounds easy coming out of your mouth, but harder to put into the game, because you got to think of all the different kinds of stadiums as well. So either they just create a generic, you know, cutscene that doesn't really show the stadium, you just see fans walking on concrete or something, or they just make a cutscene that suits different kinds of stadiums. So maybe not all the stadiums in the game, but you'll see it in different ones here and there that have been coded by EA to be in the game. So I don't know how they'll do it, but I doubt that they will do it. But they do need to work on the crowds and the fans in FIFA. So next up, we have a suggestion from Account 2, and he would like to see an improvement to the trophy presentation. Do I really want to go on a rant about the trophy cutscene? I don't like it. It's so outdated. I saw one from FIFA 14 and it looked pretty much the same as FIFA 20s. They need to mix it up, man. Do something new with it. But going back to the point, Account 2 says, when you win a trophy in FIFA 21 and the cutscene happens, there should be no fans from the opposite team in the stadium, or at least see some leaving, as you wouldn't see one set of fans watching the team they didn't want to win lift the trophy, cup or shield. And it does make sense, because when you see a trophy celebration, you know, you see the losing fans, they're already out of the stadium most of the time. They ain't going to watch the team that they don't want to win lifting up the trophy and celebrating. So in FIFA 20, what do we see? We see all the fans standing there, full stadium, watching the trophy celebration, and it doesn't really make sense. Moving on, we have another suggestion from Account 2. He would like to see an option to play in first person in FIFA 21. Now that could be interesting. Could it be some sort of VR thing where everyone has to wear VR headsets and play player career mode with a headset on? That could be pretty cool. But imagine if you end up kicking the TV or something. You're going for a mad bicycle kick in with your VR headset on, and then you hit the TV or something. I mean, that could be a ton of memes coming out of that. But they could do a camera angle as well, which sort of makes it feel like a first-person mode, sort of like a Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying, how they got that first-person camera angle. Do it in FIFA where, I mean, it's a bit hard actually. I think it would have to be a VR sort of mode, because how can you look down and up at the same time? Yeah, it's going to be a bit hard, unless you have like the R-stick control your head. Eventually we'll get there, boys, eventually. We'll have our VR headsets on, playing with the PS5 or PS6, and we'll start bicycle kicking the TVs and stuff, trying to score that mad goal in player career mode. Alright, so we've got a FIFA 21 soundtrack suggestion from Martini Screams. He goes, also more rock and metal needs to be on soundtracks. Not everyone likes dance and pop, so try putting lots of different types of music in. Look, I've turned off the soundtrack for the last 4 or 5 years, since FIFA 17 came out, man. I don't even know if there's one good song from the last 4 or 5 FIFA games. The last time I had a mad playlist was from FIFA 16 soundtrack. So after that, I think the soundtracks went downhill. But I could be wrong. Maybe there's some gems in there that I never listened to. I just don't remember any good songs from FIFA 17 onwards. But I could see how people want to hear different kinds of music as well. Everyone has their own music taste, so yeah, not everyone wants to hear generic pop songs and stuff. Don't some consoles let you integrate Spotify anyway? Like, I think with Xbox you can listen to Spotify while you're playing a game or something, unless I'm wrong. I think I was playing Forza Horizon and I could listen to Spotify. So eventually we should be getting onto like Spotify integration and those kinds of things. Eventually I think we will go there, because the streaming services are more popular, and they would save money on like soundtrack licensing, EA, so maybe they will go that direction one day, and I think that would be the best thing, because everyone wants to listen to what they like, and sometimes they don't really like songs off the soundtrack that EA provides, so I think that makes the most sense. Next up, we've got a suggestion from Philip, and he goes, I have an idea for the next things we want to see in FIFA 21 episode. I think the home country should be more important. So for example, in a player career, when you're from Germany and you want to transfer, it's more likely that Bayern Munich or some other German club wants you than Manchester United or so. So I get what he's trying to say. You know, even in Australia, a lot of players get tossed around in the A-League rather than going overseas. So it's not very common to see an Australian player overseas. And then I presume in like Germany, England and that, you know, a lot of players stay in the country. They just move clubs. But then you see those few guys that break out and go into different leagues and stuff around the world. It does make sense. It's very logical. And we all know the state of player career mode at the moment needs a total overhaul. Manager mode needs a total overhaul as well. So yeah, until that happens, you got to basically expect what we've already seen in FIFA 20 and the past. But it's definitely a good suggestion though. So those were some of your ideas, and I want to thank everyone who sends stuff in for this series. I can't get to everyone, but I try and get to as many as possible each episode. If you need something else to watch, please make sure you check out this FIFA 20 video. Hit the card in the middle, it'll take you right there. I'll see you next time.